All right, today I'm going to do my comparison between the Vivo X Note and the OnePlus 12. Now, I'm going to be doing talking about 19 different categories. Now, these are probably not going to be the categories for everyone, but these are my 19 categories. These are the things that basically are important to me. What's important to me maybe not is going to be important to you. So I'm basically giving you my opinion with my 19 categories, what I think of these two phones and which one out of the two I think comes out on top. Now keep in mind, both of these devices will work on AT&T and T-Mobile with 5G service. I haven't had any issue with 5G service. I don't know what the speeds are. I don't measure or look at the speeds. When I get on the phone, I talk. Everything's fine. When I'm trying to watch content, I'm not having any issues with with YouTube content and things like that. So I'm not that super technical nerd when it comes to speed. I don't do geek benches. I don't do none of that stuff. Okay, I'm just your average user, but I like talking about tech. But as far as 5G speeds, I don't know what the speeds are. I just don't know. All right. Now, the Vivo was released in 2022. The OnePlus 12 was released in 2023. Now, both of these are flagship devices, top tier. Okay. First category, presentation. Now, when it comes to presentation, I got to give it to the Vivo. As you can see, the larger box feels like velvet on the top and in the inside. And then it acts like when you open this box up, it's like a little drawer that comes out, and you get a case, you get the charging brick, and you get a set of headphones. Now, I'm not saying that the OnePlus presentation isn't good, because it's good too. I love the box. I love the way the box feels. It has that very velvety feel to it. I love the color, but it doesn't give you the kind of presentation that the Vivo gives you. Let me show you what I mean, instead of just telling you, for those of you that probably never seen this before. So you slide this off. Now nothing's going to be in here. So I've already emptied it. Try to get this thing off. But I want to show you what I mean. Just the box alone should tell you. So you get this on top, you get the phone in the middle. This feels like suede. Is a nice feel. But then you have this pull tab. So when you pull this pull tab out, this is your setup. So you have the case here, which I haven't been using the case because I got a, better case for it. Your charging brick went in here, and your headphones was here. I just like the way this setup is. I just love this, pulling this out and having this little drawer. I just love this presentation. But with the OnePlus, you're not getting headphones. Now, you are getting the charging brick, you are getting a case, but you're not getting any headphones. But both of them do come with a pre-installed screen protector on them as well. So the phone was sitting here like this. So I love I prefer the presentation of the Vivo. You're getting just a little bit more when it comes to just the overall box, the presentation of the box, and you get a set of headphones. You don't get any headphones with the OnePlus 12. So you can't go wrong with either one, though, when it comes to presentation, because the presentation on both is a lot better than what you get with Samsung. You're not getting either one of these presentation with Samsung devices, not even close, because you don't get nothing in the box but a charging cable. And for a lot of you out there, you don't care about presentation. You'll take the phone without even a charging cable too. You'll just take the phone, and you'll be happy with paying $13, $15, $19, $2,000 for a device. But to each his own. Next, let's talk about design. Now, of course, this is always going to be subjective. But for me, when it comes to design, I'm going with the OnePlus 12. I just love the way this device looks. I just love the design. Now, I don't dislike the design of the X Note, but I think the design of the OnePlus 12 stands out a lot more. So I'm going with the OnePlus 12 when it comes to design. And that's just my personal preference. That may not be yours, because there's some people that just don't like the design of the OnePlus 12. And like I said, that's fine. You know, that's your prerogative. You like what you like. You dislike what you dislike. I'm not telling you to like it because I like it. All right, let's talk about button placement. And when it comes to button placement, the button placement is really good on both of these devices. But actually, I got to go with the Vivo X Note overall, because the power button is just a little bit lower and it's a little easier to get to than that of the OnePlus 12. But the OnePlus 12, I'm not really reaching, but the power button on the Vivo is just a little bit lower. So I got to give button placement to the Vivo X Note. Next, when it comes to build quality. Now, with the Vivo, you got Gorilla Glass Victus on the front and the back, and you got Gorilla Glass Victus 2 on the OnePlus 12. When it comes to build quality, both are excellent. Okay? Now, you do have the frosted back on the Vivo, and you got just the glass back on the OnePlus 12. But which one feels more premium in my hand? Both feel premium. But overall, which one that feels better to me overall? I got to go with the OnePlus 12. I just love the way this feels in my hand. It just, it feels luxurious. Like the Vivo X Note doesn't feel luxurious. It just doesn't. It feels nice, but it doesn't feel like jewelry, like fine jewelry. It just don't feel like that. And this phone is also more comfortable to hold in the hand than the Vivo X Note, because the Vivo X Note is a thinner device. I don't like thin devices. This device is not thin. This device has a good thickness to it. You got that, both have an aluminum frame, but this has the thickness to it that I love. I don't like thin phones. And, you know, this doesn't stab me in my palm. This one stabs me in my palm because it's just thin and it's just not comfortable to use without a case. This is comfortable to use without a case all day, every day. So when it comes to build quality, I'm going with the OnePlus 12. But build quality is great on both. But the OnePlus 12 just feels better in the hand. Next, always on display. Both have an always on display. Put this out. Both have a nice always on display, but I'm going with the OnePlus 12. Why? Because you can see notifications. You're not getting any notifications on the Vivo except for Gmail, missed telephone calls, missed text messages. That's it. Other than that, you're not getting no notifications. I don't like that. I don't know why they got it set up like that, but that's just the way it is. You're going to get all your notifications with the OnePlus. And also, your fingerprint sensor is, I'm not saying it's on all the time, which is not, but it's just better. I mean, both are customizable, but you're going to get your notifications. And that's, what's important when you want to check your phone. You want to see what notifications that you have. But Vivo, I don't know why they did that. That's something they really should change. So when it comes to always on display, I'm definitely going with the OnePlus 12. Next, let's talk about biometrics. It's even. Both have excellent biometrics. I mean, when it comes to face unlock and the fingerprint sensor, they're even. They're both super fast. Man, no issues with face unlock or the in-display fingerprint sensor. But which in-display fingerprint sensor is a little bit better? I got to go with the Vivo X Note because it's an ultrasonic fingerprint sensor. The OnePlus 12 is optical. Now, for me, that's not a big deal because both fingerprint sensors are secure. So whether one's an ultrasonic or not, it doesn't matter. Both are secure because you can use it with your banking app and all other type of things you need to use it for. So both are secure, but because it's quote unquote ultrasonic, this is supposed to be a little more secure. And also keep in mind with the fingerprint sensor, both of these are customizable. You've got haptic feedback on both, and also you can change the animations on both of these. So I like that. Something that you can't do on Samsung devices. You cannot change different animations, which I like. Now, I know that, some people just don't care about stuff like that, but I do. So just want to let you know that. Next, both have an alert slider. Vivo has an alert slider. OnePlus, we know that's one of their staples. They were known for having an alert slider. But when it comes to overall alert slider, which one is best? I got to go with the OnePlus 12. And you may say, why? They both have an alert slider. Well, there's a difference between their alert sliders on both of these devices. With the Vivo X Note, you can only go from ring to silent. With the OnePlus 12, you go from ring, silent to vibrate. So there's 3 ways you can adjust the alert slider. You can't do that with the Vivo. So when it comes to alert slider, I'm going with the OnePlus 12. Next, IR blaster. Both have an IR blaster. Both are universal remote controls. Both you can use to on all different types of different appliances or TVs and things, other than just TVs. You can do that with both of these devices. So when it comes to IR blaster, it's even. Next, the display. Now, both have a beautiful, beautiful displays because both are Quad HD, HDR10 plus. Both get nice and bright. But the better display is going to be the OnePlus. Now, you may say, why? Well, this display gets much brighter, 4,500 nits peak brightness and 1,600 nits sustained brightness. You're only getting 1,500 nits peak brightness with the Vivo, and I think only 1,000 nits sustained brightness, which is still bright. I mean, both of these get really, really bright. I love the displays on both, but also keep in mind that the OnePlus 12 has Dolby Vision. So you don't have Dolby Vision on your Vivo X Note, but both have 120 hertz refresh rate. And also the pixel density is much higher on the OnePlus at 510 pixels per square inch. Okay, so you're going to get a better display with the OnePlus 12. And both are 6.8 inches, but the OnePlus 12 is slightly taller. Just slightly. I think it's 6.2 inches, and this is just 6.8 inches. So 6.8 inches, 6.82 inches, and 6.8, which is not a big deal. But this is a bigger device. I mean, this device is just bigger. It's not as tall, but it's wider. I mean, this device is huge compared to this of the OnePlus 12. It's just a bigger device, as you can see. I mean, this device, this is 7 inches. I'm sorry. My apologies. I kept saying it's 6.8. No, this is a 7-inch display. My apologies. My bad. I made that mistake. So this is 6.8, 6.82, 7 inches. This is taller and this is wider, but this one has the better display. All right. So we got that straight. All right. So let me move these up because that's starting to annoy me with these, putting these back on the boxes. I'll sit them right. I'll move these to the side and I'll move these up here. Okay. There we go. We'll go with that. All right. Let's keep it moving. All right. Next, let's talk about RAM. Now, when it comes to RAM, you could extend the RAM on both of these, like the virtual RAM. As long as you have the adequate storage capacity, you could add virtual RAM to both. So you can go up as add 12 extra RAMs to the Vivo X Note, and you could add 12 extra RAM to the OnePlus 12. Keep it. However, overall RAM capacity, OnePlus does offer a 24 gig variant, 24 gigs of RAM variant with 1 terabyte of internal storage. The maximum storage for the Vivo X Note is 512 gigs. And I think 16 gigs of RAM, but I could be wrong on that. So you're going to get more RAM. Now think about that. 24 gigs of RAM that comes already on the phone, and then you could extend that another 12 with the virtual RAM, which you would never do because you wouldn't need to do that, but it's there. Just had to say that. Next, let's talk about performance. Now, I don't need to show you anything. I'm going to just tell you. When it comes to performance, they're even. They're both super fast, super fluid, super smooth. I mean, there's not one that's better than the other. There's not one that's faster than the other. There's not one that's smoother than the other. They are equally fast and equally super fluid and smooth. So when it comes to performance, it's even. Next, let's talk about battery life. When it comes to the battery life, now with the Vivo, you got a 5,000 milliamp hour battery. With the OnePlus 12, you got a 5,400 milliamp hour battery. With both, it's even again, even though this battery capacity is larger, but I can get 2 full days on both of these devices. So when it comes to battery life, and I'm talking about moderate to heavy usage, I'm talking about always on display on all the time. I'm talking about 100% brightness. I'm talking about quad HD display. I'm talking about also, what's that? 120 hertz refresh rate, and pretty much using as many of, the features as possible. And I'm getting 2 full days. So when it comes to battery life, even though this capacity is larger, it's even. Next, let's talk about the dual stereo speakers. Both come with dual stereo speakers. However, you do have that 3D spatial type of sound that the OnePlus 12 offers. But overall, when it comes to dual stereo speakers, it's not even close. It's the OnePlus 12. These speakers are considerably louder and have better overall quality than the Vivo X Note. Now, these speakers are not bad, but I wish they had made them a little bit better. But they're good, but they can't compare to the sound quality of the OnePlus 12. So when it comes to dual stereo speakers, that goes to the OnePlus 12. Next, let's talk about battery charging speeds. Both of these are battery charging speed beasts, because with the Vivo X Note, you're getting 80-watt wired charging, you're getting 50-watt wireless charging, and you're getting 10-watt reverse wireless charging. With the OnePlus 12, you're getting 100-watt wired charging, 50-watt wireless, and 10-watt reverse. So when it comes to the wireless and the reverse wireless charging, they're even. When it comes to the wired charging, the OnePlus charges a little bit faster than that of the Vivo X Note. Not by a ton, just by a matter of minutes. So when it comes to battery charging speeds, they're close to being even, but the OnePlus does charge faster when it comes to wired charging. Next, Oxygen OS or Origin OS. Now, I can't say which one is better, but I can tell you which one is better for me. I'm going with the OnePlus 12 because I prefer Oxygen OS. Now, that's just my personal preference. I just prefer Oxygen OS. I'm used to it. I've been using it for years. This is my very first Vivo device and first time using Origin OS. I don't dislike it. It has a lot of functionality to it. It has tons and tons of features. It is extremely customizable, but I still prefer the OS of the OnePlus 12. Just love Oxygen OS. And that's just, what I prefer. Next, let's talk about software updates. Now, unfortunately, the Vivo X Note is going to receive Android 15, which is a good thing. That's not a bad thing. But the OnePlus 12 is going to get Android 18. So this is gonna stop at 15 from what I've done my research on, unless they change it. but this is going to get an Android 18. You're getting 4 years of software updates and 5 years of security updates. I think after this year, that's going to be it for the Vivo, which doesn't matter to me because I'm still going to use this regardless. Okay. That software update security thing is not a big deal for me. It's not. It's a big deal for some, but not for me. I'll be cool whether this gets any more OS security updates or not. I'm going to be good with it. I'm still going to use it. But if you're somebody that does care about it, you want to go with the OnePlus 12. Next, let's talk about customization. When it comes to the OS and customization, both of these devices are customizable, but the Vivo is more customizable. You could just do way more. I did a video just about the settings with this device, and it gave me a headache. And I don't mean that in a bad way. It's just so many things that you can change and you could tweak. It's overwhelming. It's overwhelming. So when it comes to customization, the Vivo is killing the OnePlus 12, but the OnePlus 12 is customizable in more simpler terms if you want to use that for, the average person that just want to tweak the simple things. But Vivo pretty much lets you tweak everything. But they're both highly customizable, but the Vivo X Note is more customizable than that of the OnePlus 12. Next, let's talk about audio. Now, not the dual stereo speakers, but the audio that comes through the USB Type-C port. When it comes to the 24-bit high-res audio, which both of them offers, I got to go with the Vivo X Note. It just sounds better and fuller. I just love the sound that comes out of this device when I plug in a set of headphones. The OnePlus 12 is not bad at all. Trust me, it's not bad. It sounds very good, but the sound is better to me on the Vivo X Note. And last but certainly not least, and I'm sorry I don't have samples to show you, but I did reviews on both of these devices. The cameras. Okay. Now, this is something that's important to a lot of people. Not the most important thing to me. Now, I do want a phone with a good camera. Don't get me wrong, but it's not the number one important thing to me. It's just not. There's other things that are more important and the reason why I say that is because I'm not heavily into the cameras anyway. As y'all see, I don't do camera comparisons and I don't get heavily into the cameras and all the specs and all that. I don't get into all that because I'm just a regular point and shoot type of person, like Flossie Carter. He just point and shoot. That's all I do. And just based on using both of these and using them heavily and using the video quality and the picture quality and the night photos, the day photos, which one is better in my eyes? But they're both they're both excellent to me. I'm going to Vivo X Note. Y'all just look, for those of you that have this phone, you're more than likely going to agree that these cameras are phenomenal. The Zeiss optics, these cameras are the truth. I'm just trying to tell you. If you have this phone, you don't need another phone as far as cameras. Okay? The cameras on here, in my opinion, on this phone was better than the S23 Ultra. Now, I can't say about the S24 Ultra because I've never used that device. But I did do a comparison between this and the S23. I took pictures with both and compared them. And the cameras are better on the Vivo X Note. They just are. The low light photography with these cameras are insane. The sharpness, the clarity, the detail. I can't get on all the technical things because I'm just not into that, but I'm just telling y'all, the video and the regular photos are amazing with the Vivo X Note. Now, the OnePlus 12 does have good cameras. I'm telling you, they do. They're nice. Now, I still say, and I believe this, these are flagship cameras, in my opinion. Some people going to say they're not. That's your opinion. Okay? That's your opinion. That might be a whole lot of folk opinion that these are not flagship cameras. In my opinion, they are. But they're just not as good as the Vivo X Note. They're just not. And I really thought to me, to my eyes, the OnePlus 11 cameras were a little bit better than these. These are not bad though. I really don't have no major issues with these, except, they just lack a little clarity and detail when it comes, in some areas. And also the nighttime photos could be a little bit better, but they're not bad cameras at all. But the Vivo cameras are just on another level. So that's, my comparison with these two devices. I love them both. Now I know what y'all saying. Which one are you going with overall? Man, that's hard, man. I'm that's hard because they're so even in so many ways. But this is hard, man. This is the way I'm gonna do it, and I'm just gonna be honest. I'm gonna go 1A with the OnePlus 12, and I'm gonna go 1B with the Vivo X Note. The look, the feel, the build quality, the display, the speakers. This phone here, man. I love this phone, but like I said, I love this one too, and this one was my favorite. Going back to last year, this was my phone of the year. But it might be the OnePlus 12. This phone is just amazing to me. But the Vivo does beat it at when it comes to the cameras. But performance is awesome. Biometrics is awesome. Performance is awesome. This phone is awesome in so many different ways. It just is. So I just got to go 1A and then 1B. It can't be 1 and 2. No, because they're so evenly matched. So I'm going 1A, 1B. So I'm going with the OnePlus 12. Plus, I do prefer Oxygen OS. So that's going to be a leg up for the OnePlus 12. All right. So thank you all for taking the time to view this content. I do appreciate it. Hope everybody out there is staying safe and staying well. And I'll check you guys out in the next one. Peace.